Where were you when you heard the news of Bin Laden's death? How did you feel? How did your family react back home?
My family, oh, you guys are coming home now?
You're right.
It made me laugh and chuckle a little bit. No, we're not coming home. There's still a job to be done, so.
Get the fuck out of here. That was right over our fucking head.
Finding IEDs left and right. We got over a 95% find rate, which is absurd. And I say an IED fed area of operation out there. So them getting frustrated, they just start doing sporadic things like sporadic gunfire and half placing in IEDs because they don't want to get caught or they know they're going to be discovered. So we see their frustration, but at the same time we need to know that they're going to change what they do. So we got to be ready for that and expecting that.
What do you feel is the most valuable asset we have right here in Sangin to win the fight? What's the most valuable thing you could not live without?
The people. The people. If we get the people on our side and we get the people to understand what we're doing, then they're going to be more willing to help us. They're going to show us where these IEDs are, which they have been doing. They're going to be more willing to tell the Taliban to go elsewhere, and they're not going to be a part of that anymore. So right now what we have is the people of Sangin. They're in between. They're not taking the Taliban side, but they're not helping the Americans as well, or the coalition forces as well. I say Americans, but actually we've got the ANCOP, the ANA, all those guys. So they're not helping those forces as well. And what we want to do is push the locals to our side where they're helping us. They're showing us where these IEDs are, and they're telling the Taliban to go about their way because they're not wanting to help them.
What do you think about the ANA, ANCOP, AUP? What do you think about their professionalism? Do you think they have what it takes?
They definitely have what it takes. They have the drive. I look at it like you take the ANA, that they're essentially deployed in their own country. So yeah,
a lot of people say they're corrupt. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't think they are. It's just like the military. You got that 5%. All right, everyone's not going to be on board, but from what I've seen, they're hard workers. A lot of their beliefs tie into how they work and what they do, but they're strong in their beliefs, which are good. Could be a good thing and a bad thing the way you look at it, but I don't think they're corrupt. They're just as corrupt as, say, our government or anything else. I enjoy working with them, the chances that I get, and I enjoy sending them out there on patrol because the more they're out there on patrol, the less we're out there on patrol, and the more they're taking back over the country.
Do you think they're finding a lot more of the IEDs compared to, say, comparatively speaking, say, our engineers? Who would you rather have on point, an ANA local or a USMC engineer?
That's a good question. Honestly, I'd rather have the ANA locals because that means we're sitting back in the fob while they're out there doing their job. But
you're on the foot patrol, though. You're on the foot patrol. Who do you want on point?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Can I have both of them on point? I probably our engineers are darn good at their job and they're darn good at finding them. So I want them out there on patrol, but that's the selfish part of me wanting them out on patrol. Who we need out on patrol, the ANA and the ANCOP, because this is their country.
Right. What do you feel in the big picture, given unlimited amount of resources, what would be one thing that you would see done here? I've heard secure the border between Pakistan, pave all the freaking roads, build more schools. What would be one thing, unlimited amount of resources, you would like to see done?
Schools and jobs. Jobs equates to money. Money equates to a better government and a better survivability rate for the locals. So school to educate them, whether it be agriculture schools or farming schools, if you will. Just schools and jobs. I think that's what the locals want. I hope that's what the locals want. That's what I would want for myself.
Where were you when you heard the news of Bin Laden's death? How did you feel? How did your family react back home?
We were either A, on the road, or B, in the COC. I can't remember where I was, but we were out here. How did I feel? I really don't think, this is my personal opinion, I don't think he was a big key player in the Taliban or this war anymore. He's just a figurehead. So it didn't sway me one way or another. There's a job to be done. We're going to continue to do the job till the job's over. My family, oh, you guys are coming home now?
You're right.
It made me laugh and chuckle a little bit. No, we're not coming home. There's still a job to be done. So,
how is the economy back home in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, it sucks, but I don't live in Atlanta anymore. So, kudos to them. Virginia, where I have my home of residence, where I own my home at, is that economy I don't think ever took a hit with the crash in the economy. I think because we're so close to DC, where I live, too, because of it was just a stable environment where I was. So, but Atlanta took a huge hit, and a lot of my friends that are out there, I actually ended up moving out of Atlanta to get jobs elsewhere and whatnot. I think my brother-in-law, who was highly successful, was one of them. He moved all the way to Dubai to get a better job. So
your brother-in-law moved to Dubai? What's he doing there?
I don't know. It's a computer whiz. He's a smart dude, so I don't really know what it is, but he's making a lot more money than I have been in the government. That's for sure.
Wow.
So yeah, they're out of Dubai enjoying life, and hopefully when I get back to the States, I go out there and see them. So.
Looking at the potential drawdown in the Marine Corps, I take it you want to be a career Marine?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a career Marine.
How close do you have in your 20 and how many years you got in?
I got 8 right now, 8.5 come June. So
considering the 25% or sorry 25 to 30,000 cutback in the Marine Corps in the economy back home, I came out here with an argument that I hear most commonly in the States, which is many people say, hey, we need to have the seed money to plant our own backyard first here in America. We need to work on sustainability. The economy sucks. Jobs, housing, unemployment, the Wall Street Ponzi schemes. A lot of people lost their 401ks. So we need to plant our backyard first, and we need to pull chocks in Afghanistan and Iraq and really focus on our own problems. That's one side of the argument. The flip side of that argument is something that Kennedy, I think, represented best by saying, as Americans, being born under the most comfortable conditions on earth, we have an obligation to those less fortunate, and this falls into really, global security. Which side of the argument do you favor, and why?
I favor both, and this is why. As Americans, we have a lot more resources than, say, some of these third world countries. So what we have to be able to do, and what we can do, and we've shown the ability to do, is be on both sides. We are fixing the things back at home, back in America, and I'm going to leave it to those great politicians to fix the things back in America. But we also got to worry about things abroad, because it affects our government, and it affects our standing. So let's say China market crashes. It's going to have a huge impact on our market, our stock market, when it opens. So to just solely focus on the inner workings of America would be wrong, because then we're not helping out those less unfortunate, and that's what I think a lot of Americans fail to understand, is that we're not going to get too much out of this war, but if we get a stable environment, a stable government over here from Jeroa, then they're going to be more willing to help out the American cause when we need that help. And the more people we can put on our side, the better America's going to be when we come into that depression such as we just saw again. So I think we can cover both fronts. We have the resources to cover both fronts. Yes, let's worry about our own and take care of our own, but we also got to take care of the other, and that's the way charity works. And essentially, America and all these great countries should have their eyes open on those other countries and those third world countries to help them out. Because if you don't, then their economy is going to crash, which simply has an effect on ours.
Well, for example, China. You look at Target, Walmart, almost any place you shop in America today, everything you're buying is made China. It's hard to find anything American made. The American economy is not thriving. The American economy, manufacturing is down, jobs are down. How does it make you feel to know that there's no Chinese army here supporting the
It means me having to stay over here for 7 months, 8 months, and making sure that it's safe over here, so it's safe in America. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get more so wrapped around what China is not doing, or any other country that's not helping out for that instance. I'm going to worry about what I can and can't control.
Right. Yeah, you're doing this because you know what's going to benefit and protect back home.
Exactly.
Period. You don't. Yeah.
I don't care. Let me rephrase it. I do care about these other countries, but in aspects of what they do or don't do, I can't control it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And things that I can't control, I refuse to worry about.
Get the fuck out of here. That was right over our fucking head.
Afghanistan